Thanks for coming back and welcome to episode 15 of the Bleachers podcast. It's just me and Bo today. It'll be a tier list instead of the Heart of the Order, which is kind of, I think, what we'll continue to start doing whenever it's a two-man show. I think the tier list kind of makes a little bit more sense, opens up a little bit more conversation. Keep the draft for when there's more people. Um,
Yeah,
Bo, anything exciting to talk about that's happened since the last time we filmed?
yeah, it was cold this weekend. Built a fire, rained a little bit, and oh yeah, we hired Lane Kiffin, so
Dude,
that was pretty freaking dope. Great
that it
weekend.
was.
We actually won the coaching carousel, which is, should happen every time. I want to be fair, it should happen, but it's a nice refreshing moment when it actually does. There's a lot of doubt, with a
Yes.
lot of rumors, but to come out of it on top, even after a month ago, our governor was getting all involved in this. We had no president, no AD. You got to give it to Verge Osbury. You got to give it to President Rouse. You got to give it to Frank Wilson. Everybody just steadying the ship. It's being like, hey, this is our guy. Let's get the crew together. Let's rally. Let's go get him. And they did it. So really impressive.
Yeah. I was thinking, like, I looked at it, a graphic earlier from somewhere, I forget who, but it was just like the list of LSU coaches. And it's like we have Mulkey and Jay Johnson and now Lane Kiffin, and like just the list of coaches at LSU. Is it like, are we now like technically coach university as well? Like, it's just where like all the good coaches come?
I don't want to diss Matt McMahon because he honestly has us looking really, really good right now. So I'm actually looking forward to that. We're LSU men's basketball is ranked right now.
I didn't
So
know that was possible.
maybe, but I didn't either. I was because I saw that and then I was like, well, if we had Will Wade still, definitely would be. And I don't disagree with that. Still think if we saw Will Wade, absolutely. But I don't know, dude. Matt McMahon's cooking right now, so um, I don't know another school that rivals that.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. I want to see. Let me fact check this. Okay, no, never mind. We're not ranked anymore. I saw on the graphics that we were. Whoops, my fault. Well, we're undefeated, so we're honest.
Oh yeah, before we
So
get too deep into the episode, we've decided to become a festive podcast. Now that it's officially past Thanksgiving, we both have added Christmas trees to our setups. So we'll get
yeah,
some more ornaments
so
as the season
not
goes along.
not everybody, nobody's gonna see the Thanksgiving episode, but I do want to say that I had the early scoop on it, and it would have been known had we uploaded last week. So now I just seem full of shit. So I appreciate that, Jordan. Thank you for that.
I'm
Um,
sorry for that, and I'm sorry to the guests that we had on. Won't mention him so we can have him back on in the future, and it still be a surprise. But we will have him on soon to talk some football as things kind of heat up a little bit. Um, but yeah, Bo did have the scoop early. I was getting kind of nervous as time progressed more because like it's kind of one of those things. Like right now, being a Red Sox fan, like Jaron Duran's probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite player on that baseball team, and like I'd love to continue acting like he's going to be here forever and he's my favorite player, but there's a world where it makes sense for him not to be. To where like I kind of felt the same thing with Kiffin, where it's like I really wasn't going to dive in head first until I got the ESPN notification, and then it was nothing but excitement.
yeah, I mean, there was a little bit of I knew about a 90% done deal last week, and then we got down to it. It was like, okay, still 90. And it's like 80, and I was like, what I mean, because there was a world where Alabama loses to Auburn, SEC championship on the line for him, and who knows what those conversations are like. Um, but he said, she said, oh well. I do want to say, I mean, Ellis, I do want to address all this from this because I can't sit here and just act like that doesn't suck. It makes me feel better. We know what this is like. I mean, losing Saban, I mean, makes you feel better. They're not going to experience it as bad as we do. I understand that we did get a national championship before them out of Saban and all this, but I don't think that Ole Miss is going to have to watch Kiffin turn into the greatest coach anyone has ever seen. We had to watch that from our biggest rival. Like that was it. That's what we had to deal with. I do understand the fact of that he's leaving in the best season in the history of the school and y'all's only real chance ever at a national playoff run. I do understand that sucks. Um, I do want to say to that,
Yeah.
imagine couldn't be me.
Is it not
Still,
insane to imagine though? Like imagine being an Ole Miss fan and be like, why would he leave for LSU? Why would he leave for Baton Rouge?
this is my like my whole all of my social media is half and half because I went to school in Mississippi for 4 years. So a lot of these guys, I mean, Southern doesn't have like a huge diehard fan base. Really, there's a couple of them, but most people, you're Ole Miss or LSU or Mississippi State kind of like fan. That's what you talk about. So I've got a lot of Mississippi State people. I mean, Ole Miss fans on my like Snapchats and Instagrams and stuff, and it's ugly. Like it's bad. So and I forget that. So like I post, I post early that he signed, and I post all this, and I've got people sliding up like eat shit. Like uh, I do forget about that, but yeah, it does have to suck. But also, you can't sit there and keep building a program out of the portal consistently. You're gonna hit walls. I mean, Florida State was undefeated conference champion, and the next year won 2 games because they missed in the portal. You can't. You have to do what LSU can do, which is supplement the portal. So interesting to see the staff. What sucks is Blake Baker interviewed for the Tulane job in New Orleans today. That could be really bad for us because Pete Golding stayed behind to coach Ole Miss. So the expectation is that Blake's going to be here next year. Um, but he played at Tulane. If he views Tulane head coach job as as a fit for him, we're gonna have to start looking around elsewhere. As much as I would love Lane Kiffin's offense with a generational Blake Baker defense,
My only
I don't know.
question,
You should prepare yourself for that.
and like not everybody may view it this way, but like, is it not more valuable to just be a part of a more successful team, like just at all, than it is to go somewhere else just to be in
That's what
charge
I
of
was
it?
saying today.
Like
Yeah, I think
that's kind
so.
of my thought. Like if Lane really comes to him and it's like, dude, if we do X, Y, and Z, like there's not a world where we lose a football game next year. Like, and then Blake Baker goes into Tulane and they're like, hey, we can lose 2 games and win the American next year with how shaky it's looking. Like that's just two
Yeah, I mean,
completely
you got to
different
start looking.
attitudes.
Yeah, you got to start looking at like what others have done. Like Kirby Smart
Yep.
instantly gets the Georgia job after being on the Nick Saban tree, and like Coach Steve Sarkisian, same thing, going to Alabama, and then getting the Florida offer. Which I guess he had more experience on the front end. Um, Joe Brady, offensive coordinator of the 2019 LSU team, gets the offensive coordinator job in the NFL. Dave Aranda, defensive coordinator of that team, gets the head coaching job at Baylor as soon as it opens up. So that I do argue that it's easier to get a better job out of there, but everybody's different. What if he views Tulane as his dream job? Maybe
Yeah.
he's not worried about being a blue chip guy. Maybe like Kenny Dillingham, perfect example. Kenny Dillingham went to Arizona State, met his wife who's a cheerleader at Arizona State. To him, Arizona State is the best job he can get,
Yeah.
regardless. It's not every coach views every job the same like we do. Like we can sit back here and say, "Oh, there's one realistic job we could see Kiffin leaving LSU for." Not saying that won't happen. I don't think it'll happen because I think that situation he left at Alabama, I don't think it's still the greatest internally with their booster situation. But we can sit here and say, "Oh, LSU is a definitive better job than Ole Miss or Florida or Auburn," or you know, that's not how every coach looks at it the same. So.
Yeah. But yeah, it's
It
very
was interesting
exciting.
to see. It was also very interesting to see who landed where elsewhere, because like the Tulane job being open because of John Sumrall being now at Florida, which all I heard was that he was really far along the way at Auburn, or and even he didn't sign the deal. I thought he was waiting for Ole Miss. I really did. Like I never saw Florida. He canceled his meeting with Florida last week. So like
He might
I
not
don't know.
have needed to see anymore, man. Made his decision.
Very funny that Florida gets another five coach from Louisiana.
Hmm.
Very funny. I do think John Summerall is legit though, but if he's not, hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm ready to start seeing Lane Kiffin be Lane Kiffin for us. Like I'm today was kind of the first time we really saw him in a little bit of purple. And it was very exciting. Got to hear him say some funny stuff. Ready to hear some more of the
Yeah.
Coach O impression. That was awesome. Like a first press conference Coach O impression. Not much more we
That
could ask
is
for. Like,
10 times better. That is 10 times better than his family being here. If you
yeah.
know, you know.
Like, here's the thing. Both put on a fake shitty accent on their first day as coach. Everybody laughed at one of them. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, to me, Kiffin did it in a way that made, like, Kiffin did it in the Kiffin way. Like, Kiffin's the guy you
Yeah.
want to be mad at until you look at him, and then you're like, I can never be mad at him.
No, I've said this all along. The only reason I didn't like Lane Kiffin previously is because he wasn't my coach.
Now he's our coach.
So now he's my coach. So now we fucking ride or die. So I'm excited. I don't know. I'm excited to have just an aggressive,
Offensive coach.
like just an aggressive coach. And yes, and in terms of like how he approaches, you know, uh, like adversity and like comments, backlash. Like he's like he doesn't care. Like
I don't think they like
he's
me
gonna
here.
shoot. Yeah, yeah. From Tennessee, yeah, yeah. He's like waving at him. And I'm so excited for this rivalry for the next 10 years. It's gonna be just it's crazy. We're gonna experience the Alabama LSU rivalry from Alabama's perspective, pretty much. So this other day, man, I can't wait. I can't wait. So it's glad to know that we're back to having a number one rival now. I think this puts them over the Alabama Florida hump for
I would
us.
agree.
So I didn't, and I think does this put us over the Mississippi State hump though? Do you think we're a bigger rival to Ole Miss than Mississippi State?
Mm, not to the
That's
NCAA.
close. That's no. But in terms of the fan bases,
Maybe for a little bit, but I mean, it would kind of be like an LSU Alabama thing to where like 100% when Kiffin's the coach of the Tigers, but like once Kiffin's not coaching the Tigers anymore, they probably don't care as much. Unless
you
it's
could
like
say
a
that. But we hate Saban. Do we hate Alabama any less now that Saban's gone? I don't. I still hope they lose every single Saturday. I
yeah,
want to beat them by 40 every time we play them.
but that's how I
They
feel about like
always
every SEC
but
team.
no. It's a taste that doesn't leave your mouth, no matter how much goes
Yeah,
through your
I mean,
mind.
like I'll
Every
never.
time, every time they look at purple and gold together, it is a non-pleasant event.
Yeah, I mean, I'll never be a Bama fan either, but like, there's a part of me that really, it's definitely a big rivalry. I care a lot more about it than certain other games, but like, don't care as much. Like, I could definitely see passing the torch from Alabama to Ole
Nah,
Miss in my head.
for God's sake. I mean, now it's I don't know. Ole Miss is the rivalry I want to win. Alabama's rivalry I can't stand to lose.
Yes.
You know, like I want to beat Ole Miss more than I want to lose to Ole Miss, more than I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose to Alabama as much more than I want to beat them. In
Yeah.
a sense, if that makes sense, it's the same thing. I know, but it's not. If you know, so
Yeah, I don't know.
it's very exciting.
Like, what sort of like is it gonna be weird for Kiffin to coach? Like, I know that he doesn't like Bama now as the coach of Ole Miss, but like, there definitely wasn't that LSU level of hatred. Is it a little bit weird for him as like a guy who got some of his footing at Alabama to now go and be one of their biggest rivals.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that dynamic really. I don't think he understands it quite yet. I'm going to be really honest.
But I think, is he a
I think
guy that's
he
like, all right, if this is what y'all think, I'm thinking what you guys think. Like, is he one of those guys that's like, or is he gonna be like, look, I'm gonna give you guys the best chance to win. If you want to use hate to fuel it, y'all can. Like,
I
which
don't. So I think yeah, I'm with you in the sense that I don't think he's going to take it as like not as serious, but I don't think he's going to fuel it in terms of just rivalry hate for game planning it. But honestly, that might that might psychologically work if he just treats that as another game because he truly feels it's another game.
yeah,
Because you see that. I mean, with the exception of Saturday, we'll get into that. But with Ryan Day, last year his Michigan game, he knows it's a big rivalry. He knows he doesn't like them, so he game plans almost to just not lose the game. He isn't losing it. He doesn't play his kind of football because he's weird about
yeah,
it. He knows rivalry game. Lane doesn't go in there thinking like, "Oh, I gotta be cautious. I can't get too risky because I'm gonna get shit on my fan base. It's a rivalry game." If he's like, "Fuck it, that's another game. Let's
yeah,
go. Let's strap him up." I mean, because even when you're at Ole Miss, when you play Alabama, it's a bigger deal. It is what it is. It's
yeah,
when you play the Yankees, it's a bigger deal. When you play the Lakers, it's a bigger deal. It just there's programs that just elevate a stage. There's teams that get everyone's best game, and
yeah,
that's one of them. So I think he already definitely has experienced that side of it. But it's no, I don't think it's quite as much as the fan base thinks.
yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know too. There's part of me that thinks too. If he's like, look, man, this is where I'm gonna spend the next 20 years. I'm gonna retire from here with 5 chips. Like, I don't know if he's thinking that far ahead. History
I
would
fucking hope he is.
history would probably tell me no, but like there is that world. Um, and like there's a world where he's like, look, no better time to get started than now. Like, and just leads the charge of the Bama hatred train. But I guess we'll see. Like, I think it'll be kind of
I
fun.
think
Like,
I think we need I think we need to see how the first couple of years go. He's got a successful first 4 years. That 7 year deal is no longer 7 years. He'll coach here till he's fifth. What is he now? 50.
50-50.
So, in perspective, he said this as presser today. He is younger, or I don't remember if he said younger or the same age that Saban was when he took the Alabama
Saban was
job.
55 when he took the Bama job.
If this works out like we think and we want it to work out, like there's a chance he's a statue guy. There is. I don't want to be this all in. Like I don't. I'm not saying it's going to happen. It's and I don't want to jump ahead because oof, Lord knows it could go bad. It could go really south. It could go really bad. And it has went bad recently. But
You want to make sure the
there
water's
is
deeper than 4 feet before you dive in head first.
100%, 100%. But I'm just saying there is a world. There is a world where he goes down as an all timer here. Good.
The all timer here. I mean, potentially.
Yeah. In terms of football, yeah. I mean, yeah, I agree.
I don't even think in
'Cause
terms
I
of
mean,
football.
JJ,
I think if you're as much as I love LSU baseball and you love LSU baseball, I think there's a significant portion of LSU fandom that like I think one football natty is comparable to 3 baseballs.
let's stop right there. He can never touch Skip Bertman. He'd have to bring 10 natties in 25 years to touch Skip Bertman. And
Yeah,
I think Skip Bertman will be LSU's LSU. LSU and Skip Bertman should be synonymous. He's the only coach statue we've got out there.
yeah.
Like, I would Lane's competition for defining a generation. Here's Jay Johnson and Kim Mulkey. Um,
Didn't
if he does a good enough job to where he beats them out of defining a generation of our sports, he does a damn good job.
there's a certain game that both coaches have won in their first year as head coach of LSU football.
So the Bama game,
No, it's the last game that's
but
played in the season. The national championship. Mulkey won it in 23, so did Johnson. Was that not both their first year?
No, it wasn't Mulkey's first year. I don't think.
Thought it
I
was.
don't think. I want to say.
I don't know. I
Are you
think
looking that up?
either, but no.
We'll look it up. We'll fact check it later.
Yeah. It was either first or second year, but like there's a world where both of them have won both of their first year as head coach, won the whole thing. Like imagine Kiffin does it too.
Well, it was very quick. Like, I mean, football's a lot different. You can't expect to win in all your first year.
Hmm?
You can't expect it. It'd be awesome. It's
You
possible.
can.
Sign possible.
In the age of the transfer portal and NIL, it's not like outside of the realm of
No, all
possibility.
right. You know, it sucks. Now that I realize I said that Les Miles did. So that's gross. Les Miles also did the same as players, but I don't know.
That was also a different time of college football. That was when
Now, we
defense ran college
if we
football.
retain if we retain most of our defense and Blake Baker, and we, I mean, I hear Q and I don't even know. We're gonna have to learn how to say his first name because I think he's coming. Q and Lacey from Ole Miss is in the portal,
Did you
which
see
would
the
be
tight end that might be flipping to LSU?
who
4 star
the high
six.
school recruit.
Yep, 4 star 6'6", 230, like top 10 in the state of Illinois. Might be flipping from Ole Miss to LSU.
Hey, anybody to get Bauer Sharp off of my football team.
I wanted to like him more, but yeah, he.
I did too. I was really excited about him, but it's not it. It's not it. And honestly, Trey'Dez Green drops a lot of easy passes. If you don't, Trey'Dez Green will drop it if he's wide open right in the hands. But if you throw it out to him and he's triple teamed, he's going to come down with it. It just makes zero sense.
Yeah, but you can't expect somebody that you throw the ball at 3 times as much to catch it. Like he's gonna drop twice as many passes if you're throwing at him twice as much. But like he's still dropping at the same rate as everyone else. You're just
But
throwing the ball.
regardless, we need to get quarterback figured out, and we need to get an offensive scheme to
Trinidad
run the football figured
Chambliss.
out. He's got to make sure he gets his last year of eligibility cleared.
Yeah. Same thing with Whit Weeks. Shout out.
Shout out Whit Weeks, future number 7, Whit Weeks.
He deserves it.
Whit Weeks, first man to get a head coach at a new school below the belt. Our greatest negotiator, Whit Weeks' waistline. What a guy. Shout out to you, Whit Weeks. We appreciate you. Um, I do want to say somebody was asking like somebody was like, oh, everybody that's like, oh, why won't Ole Miss let him coach in the playoffs in the SEC? And I told Jordan this analogy. Um, this is
You
essentially
say the analogy and let me give my correction because I think that also made a little bit of sense.
it is like you're married to a girl, right? She takes you in at your lowest, she rebuilds you, nurtures you back to getting back on your feet. And you're about to leave this loving wife for your neighbor who she hates. She hates your neighbor who's got a bigger set, but comes with a lot of baggage. And she knows you're leaving. You told her you're leaving for this neighbor that she hates. But you say, I want to stay around till Christmas because the kids want me to stay till Christmas. Is there any world where she lets you live in that house knowing you're going to your neighbor? No, no world never. So you can't sit here and knock on this. They got to do what's best for them, regardless of what the kids say. So it's just food for thought.
I agree. I just think like there my one thought was like it's funny. It's not like you're like leaving for like the 21-year-old though. It's like the high school sweetheart that slipped away due to something crazy that you haven't seen in 30 years. Like the LSU job is like he even said it in his press conference today. Like he went out of his way to not go like to try and trash Ole Miss, which was like pretty awesome from Lane Kiffin, who's somebody who like does tend to run his mouth at times. For him to use like when probably the most eyes will be on him at any time as coach, unless he does win a national championship here. Like, I mean, at least interview wise, this is one of the more watched he'll probably ever have. And him not to just go up there and say a bunch of crazy stuff, but like he did say like, look, we were in the top whatever percent of recruiting when I was at the last school I was at. Like, I don't think we'll have a problem recruiting here. Like, basically being like, we got these kids to go to the University of Mississippi. You really think I'm gonna have trouble getting them to LSU?
It's like Ole Miss, like Lane Kiffin is the girl in a Hallmark movie, and Ole Miss, LSU is the finance bro who is making making seven figures for the girl in New York, and Ole Miss is the hometown guy who owns a Christmas tree farm that she runs back to. Except this is the real world and not a Hallmark movie. And Ole Miss is, why don't they want me? And they go, hey, idiot, it's because you sell trees 4 months a year. And he makes $10 million a year. That's what's going on.
That's so good, man. I had no idea where you were going with that, and I love it.
Just thought of that one. Segue in this, the Lane Kiffin discussion. I want to go ahead and bring up my sweets and nosebleeds because it's going directly to it. We'll get off the subject after this. I'll just go ahead and get the nosebleeds out the way, dude. Give me Shane. What happened to Shane? Um, Immediately after Kiffin leaves, now all of these, if you've been on Twitter in the last 3 days, you've seen this. Now, apparently, every woman who ever went to school at Ole Miss wants to post text and DMs from Kiffin trying to hit him up, which they were completely fine with when he was their coach. You know, uh, what's the Cornell girl, Mary Kate Cornell or whatever, who had the whole sleeping with her boyfriend's dad scandal come out? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
So apparently, her roommate now is coming out saying that Cornell and Kiffin had this year-long fling going on, and that, oh, get this. So she's saying this, and she's like, yeah, they would be together, and then he would get sideline passes. If you look at Cornell's Instagram, she's been on the sideline all season. She's posted this shit up. So like, but she said he's getting us. So you had no problem when you were getting whoop-de-doo fucking Vaught Hemingway stadium passes. You had no problem whatsoever with any of this. But the second he leaves, now it's a scandal. Lest you forget, you're a part of this. All these, because all these women who are sending this now, they responded to these messages. Like, yes, you can, like, a lot of the texts are sent back. Yes, I can come over tonight, but it has to be secret. Like, how are you gonna, like, smear,
You
like,
can't
do a
have your
smear
cake and
job
eat
on
it
this
too.
man? You can't point fingers when your fucking hand's bloody. That's not a thing. Like, where's shame? What happened to shame? That's all I want to know. You can't, you can't slander a man when you're literally, the screenshot you're posting, you're admitting to going over there. It's like, dude, that's not a thing. You guys
Uh,
gotta figure it out down there. I don't,
I like how
I
you
don't
did
know.
the research to find that she was on the sideline all year as well.
Oh, dude, as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh shit, this is real. Because I'm an innocent until proven guilty kind of guy. You know, I'm like, all right, like, this probably isn't even a roommate. And then you go down, and she's fucking, all the players are in the background. It's hilarious. It was so funny. Um, yeah, man, it's just a bad look. And some of y'all's cousins are going to be really angry whenever they find out that y'all are cheating on them this year with Lane Kiffin. So you guys got to figure it out up there. Now, I'll do the sweets. Give me the goat. You know who carried this week? Everybody, there's so much going on over the weekend that we forgot who got us through the weekend, who carried us through the week. Give me leftovers for the sweets. How how big of a role did leftovers play this week? It's a bench player all year. It's leftover night. Oh, it's leftovers for lunch at work. How happy were you to open the fridge to see leftovers in there this week? All week,
Just a
dessert
mountain.
leftovers carried the midnight snacks. It's Kike Hernandez, right? He- you're not excited. You're not excited all year to watch Kike Hernandez, but when it gets to October, when it gets cold outside and it matters, and it's do or die, you love seeing Kike Hernandez on that field. You love it. So
That you
shout
do.
out leftovers for this week. Another tip of the cap performance this year for leftovers. Thank you.
Got it. So I got a pretty similar note to hit on my sweets. I just put cornbread dressing, man. Like it's one of
Yeah,
those
fuck
things
yeah.
like my we were talking about it the other day. Like my grandma was like, "We should just do some of this food more often." And I was like, "No, definitely not." And she's like, "What do you mean?" And I was like, "I eat so much of it in this short span of time that like if I had it at any other time during the year, like I would have too much." And like right now,
100%.
I have perfectly enough of all of these different foods. Like there are other foods, like every now and then you'll have a sweet potato casserole or like a food from a Thanksgiving platter be a part of something else. Like a lot of people do turkey on Christmas, stuff like that. Like that's understandable. But like the entire setup, like you can't replicate that if it's not Thanksgiving or one of the days following in
And if
leftovers.
if you think that you need to eat cornbread dressing another part of the year, you don't eat enough of it at Thanksgiving. Like, I'm with you. I'm on there
So
with you.
here was my we ended up doing Thanksgiving pretty late this year. So we ate our first plates at 5:30. Um,
Oh,
which I
what
didn't
the fuck
hate.
is
Like
wrong with you?
I liked it because like I snacked. Like I didn't eat an actual meal all day. Like I was just full
Mm.
cheese ball, garlic cheese spread, chips and salsa, like just little like bird bites almost, and just kind of.
Big chips and salsa on Thanksgiving.
But wait, but like what I was almost doing was like you don't want to like just not eat and go into a huge meal with an empty stomach. That's a rookie move. You're going to fill up too quick. Like I was almost just like layering my stomach in a way where it was like, look, there's food in here, but like there's room for a lot more. Um and so I immediately went plate at 5:30, basically inhaled it. And like before most people finished their first plate, I was already sat back down with my second. First two plates were identical, like a good healthy serving of everything. Honestly, mentioned it on the episode that ended up not coming out. Never been a huge green bean guy, but like this year we had green beans that weren't green bean casserole, and they had a bunch of bacon in them, and
Mm.
I was like, man, not a
Oh
big
yeah,
green bean guy, huge bacon guy. Let's give these a
yeah.
chance. And so like the first plate, I had a scoop. And I put it like dead center, just in case. Like, put it in the middle. If you forget about it there, it's not the worst. Dump it off in the trash can as you go to make the second. Um, I ended up getting like three scoops on the next plate. Like that was the only thing that changed. Like still full serving of turkey, dressing, everything like that. And then we ended up having a couple people over. Dad and them were getting tired, ready to go home. So grandma had gotten a bunch of Tupperware just for people to take home to go plates. And then everybody had gotten theirs, and I was just sitting around while they made their plates since I lived there. Um, and like I was like, man, I have an amazing idea. Imagine if I made my own like small mini plate to where like when I want leftovers later, like I don't even have to do anything. I didn't even have to heat them up. Like I just sat there for another 25 minutes on the couch watching football, and I was like, you know what goes with football? Food. I should eat more food. And like the to-go box wasn't really any Thanksgiving serving. It was a slice or two of cranberry sauce and like a mountain of cornbread dressing. So I just ate like another pound and a half of cornbread dressing and like
So
struggled to breathe for the next 2 hours. It was great.
that is awesome.
Woke up, did the same exact thing the next day. It was so good.
I had I think six different like Thanksgiving meals. When I mean meals, I mean like actual like Thanksgivings. Like we sat around together and
Oh
ate
yeah.
new fixings of it. So yeah, like look at my fucking neck, dude. My neck hasn't recovered, so I'm huge right now. But it's goaded. Great week.
Dude, I tried something I'd
Fantastic
never
week.
done before, and like I've definitely made a sandwich out of Thanksgiving leftovers, but I've never like really thought about it and like kind of been bored when making it. To where like I full on like spread the cranberry sauce over the bread and like full on like layered this sandwich with as many ingredients as possible. And like it was one of those ones that like wasn't holding it, like I was holding it with my bare hand, like just eating it like an apple
Gotta do
by
a little
the end of
French
it.
bread. Gotta do it. A little
Oh no,
French
it was
bread.
full Wonder Bread. I'm a big Wonder Bread guy. Um and I mean it was amazing. It was I just love Thanksgiving food. Can't have it at any other time because like you said, like if
There.
you have it again, like you're not eating enough. Um,
100%. Give me the nosebleeds.
the nosebleeds. It was awesome to get some baseball news. The Red Sox traded for Sonny Gray. Um, we ended up losing Brandon Clark's, bless you, 6'4" lefty throwing triple digits. Like that really sucks. And that would normally be in my nosebleeds. But the second player that we put along with him was Mr. Richard Fitz, also known as Dick Fitz, which is what he actually goes by. And
Mm.
like knowing that the Dick Riders don't have a place in Fenway anymore and I'll be sitting in St. Louis makes me sad. One of like my favorite player nickname groups I've ever gotten to be a part of. Rest in
100%.
peace to the
The
Boston
Dick
Red.
Riders.
Rest in peace to the Boston Red Sox era of the Dick Riders.
And it wasn't even Dick Ride. It was Dick Ride Us. Like it was so much fun
Like they,
because it would honestly get you through. Because like if you had a Richard Fitz start in your week, you knew shit had gotten rough in that bullpen that week. So it kind of got you through because you knew. Look, you knew on a Dick Ride's kind of day, you knew that the pig loomed. You knew there was a pig day soon after. So it was a nice. It's like putting a good hitter ninth pretty
yes,
much, or a fast, sparky hitter ninth. You know, maybe it's not very consistent, but it's like
when it works, it
watch. You know,
works.
and if when it yeah when it works, it's perfect. So yeah, I'm gonna miss the Dick Rides for sure. Treat them good, St. Louis. Say it's crazy. You're gonna see how many trades because when we gave them Blaze Jordan for Steven Matz, like it's funny to see like the people that Heim Bloom still like really values and wants to make sure he gets him back.
It is kind of funny. I didn't even think about it like that. Like these guys that have been in the system for more than 2, 3 years, like they were a big influence of Heim Bloom, and like Heim Bloom would rather give
Yeah,
up these guys that he has basically no knowledge of because he's only been there a year or two for a guy
yeah,
that he's put a ton into, especially for a team that's kind of in a little rebuild mode.
yeah.
Ah, man, I miss baseball.
It's nice to just get baseball news at least, man. I'm really dying for it back, bro. I
Mets are
need it back.
signing like me and Bo were talking about this a little bit off the show, but like it sucks to see there's a couple guys that like there's a chance the Red Sox may have signed not get signed with the Red Sox, but like seeing them not go to the Yankees or not go to the Blue Jays, like other than Cease, um, is good news to me. Like keep spending
Yeah,
money, New York Mets. As long as you spend money, like they're not going to like if we play the Mets in the World Series and that's how we lose, good for them. Like that means we made it
yeah.
to a World Series. Like that's kind of where I'm at right now. We'll get over that hump once we're there. Right now we're worried about the second luxury cap.
Yep, 100%.
Sucks. But with that, let's get into some fun stuff. There were some good rivalry games this weekend.
Mm. I think we should just start on the Friday slate. 'Cause Friday was an awesome football day.
Yes.
Like one of the best Black Friday football days. It looked for a second like Mississippi State woke up spunky out the gates. It was like, oh, we may have a 52-48 shootout egg bowl today. Like that could be really fun. They just couldn't keep up with Ole Miss's offense, with Lane Kiffin's offense. Um, because that's not Ole Miss's offense next year. It's Lane Kiffin's offense. Sorry. I do think they found a real bright spot in the freshman quarterback Taylor. He looked awesome. Like he stalled the offense a good bit, but the drives where he was moving the football, he was electric. So they may have found something there if they can keep. But yeah, ultimately, just couldn't keep up. I'm trying to think what the other morning because we know the night game was great. I'm trying to not rush into that. I'm trying to think what the
You had
other
Purdue,
games.
Indiana. You had Texas, or you had Utah,
That was at
Kansas.
night. That was at night. It was a
Um,
drumming.
the
Nebraska Iowa was close until it was not even a thought. Like, yeah, I mean, Nebraska Iowa was just pretty ugly. Yeah, honestly, the rest of the day was kind of ugly. So let's just skip into it.
before we skip
Texas
that,
A&M.
did you see that the Patrick Mahomes lookalike dude is thinking about going to Texas Tech now to be even more like Patrick Mahomes?
Oh, fucking weirdo, dude. What a weirdo. dude, just give it up, bro. Just I don't know. It's creepy, bro. I don't even want to give that attention just because how much I hate that shit. So I'm gonna skip over that. That's hilarious. Grow up. Stop being
Like, I
weird.
just wanted to call attention to it. Like, we can leave it at that. Like, I just wanted the world to know that it existed.
I'll leave that at this. Where are the bullies? Like this shit should not slide. Like how has nobody stepped in, hit
Who's gonna
him in the
bully the
face, threw him in a
quarterback of a
locker,
winning
and been?
football team?
It's weird. I don't care who it is. It's weird. Somebody should at least like shove him into the wall and be like, "Bro, stop. We're getting annoyed with it." I feel like you wouldn't have saw this shit. You wouldn't have saw this shit back in the day. You didn't see. You didn't see this from anybody trying to be Tom Brady. But like nobody ran out wearing number 12 and like. I guess I don't really know what else you could have done to copy Tom Brady. But to be fair, um,
Kiss your son on the
I
mouth.
don't know. Imagine making a Tom Brady guy just like his rookie interview. He's like, I don't model my game after anybody. Come here, son. He's just now kissing him.
One of the most,
It's
like,
very
there have been a lot of insane things come out about Tom Brady over the years, like just weird overall person. Like, top three right there.
just force your wife to cheat on you with your son's jujitsu coach. Go through all that trauma just for the bit. Mm,
Dude. Why
that's crazy.
if he's gonna
Anyway,
if he's gonna buy into an NFL team, why the Raiders? Like, I still don't understand that.
Vegas. I don't know other than that.
But Brady isn't like this crazy drinker gambler type. Like,
No, he's a money kind. He's a money type.
yeah,
You think anybody who runs Vegas is a drinker party? I guarantee you they're not.
this is true.
I've got a reason for it, but I cannot say it while we record. So just remind me, remind me later because I almost just let that slip. That'd have been crazy. Um.
Uh,
Anyways, I'll text it to you as I go on this, but we can talk about A&M Texas now. We can get on
that
to it.
that was a
Um,
fun one.
um yeah. So yeah, I mean, it was just like you went into it just like no way, like A&M chokes an undefeated season, right? Like Texas, Florida beat Texas, but then it was like, oh well, Texas is hot, and a lot of models and metrics still do favor Texas a lot. Like you would be if you saw the models that FanDuel and these other books use to just set lines, you would be shocked. Even after immediately after the Florida loss, you would be shocked at how many teams Texas is favored over.
Yeah.
I believe they're a metric wise, model wise, they're a top 10 team. Just crazy. So it's like you couldn't believe the noise. And then it's back and forth, really into the game, and then it's okay, A&M gets it into a one possession game. Like they're figuring it out. They just got to get one stop, and then boom, Arch Manning keeper to the house. He finally gets his first, what feels like his first signature Texas big win moment. Like it's like I don't know. I was happy to see it. I'm gonna be really honest. I'm pro Arch.
What if Arch walks up to the
I
mic and he's like, "I'm joining Kiffin"?
son.
It'll never happen. That's not like a guy. That's not a mesh I think
No,
exists.
that's not a transfer portal guy. I don't think. But
No.
could you imagine? That'd be so sick. Imagine a Lane Kiffin Arch Manning national championship in year one. The internet would break. It would explode. It would just
Knox spraying the
be
freaking
bad.
fire extinguisher on Coach O's shoulders.
Yes. Yeah, but I was just really, really happy to see him finally get that moment. You know he's chased it. You know he's after all the criticism he's got this year and not living up to preseason stuff, which was unfair against him to begin with.
I
Um,
think Elko might be the most non-intimidating looking coach in the SEC.
now he is.
No, like
He
just
wasn't.
nothing based on like as a coach or anything like that. Like just solely based on the way he looks as a person. Like to me, most of these guys look like Southern coaches, whatever. Like Lane Kiffin's like you're kind of like Lane Kiffin looks like Lane Kiffin should. Like he's kind of sneaky, whatever. You're Kirby Smart, well dressed, trimmed, all that, whatever. Like Bulldog. I don't know, makes sense. Like all these guys kind of look like they make sense where they're at, and then you look at Mike Elko and you're like, yeah, makes sense. Like unintimidating, kind of bites your head off every now and then because you assume they're unintimidating.
Yeah,
But like
yeah.
I don't know. I was just
Especially now with the additions of Sumrall, Golish, Silverfield. Yeah, he's definitely the bottom. I don't know. Sarkeesian doesn't really look intimidating.
yeah, but he doesn't like not
No,
look at like
Mike Elko has that like in the back of your head. It's like he could be an undercover cop, like right now. He's got that going for him at least.
no. If he had anything to do with like policing people, it's corrections officer. Like I don't know. To me, he's like it just he looks like a dude. Like he doesn't look like a he just look there's some people that look like they should be on that stage and there's some people that look like they could be on that stage if that makes sense. Like Mike Elko, it doesn't look crazy that he's there, but like it also wouldn't look crazy if he wasn't. Like to see a Lane Kiffin walking around existing like he does currently, like you'd think like this dude's a businessman, like something of importance basically. You look at Mike Elko and you're like that might be an electrician.
Yeah, well, you know who is a scary looking guy? Auburn's new coach, Alec Golish, because he was born in Moscow and he moved to the States when he was 7 after the dissolution of the Soviet Union. So that's terrifying. I do not want to fucking go in there and play that. You gave Auburn's defense a dude from Russia.
Yeah, but they got out of it.
Auburn Auburn might lose every game 10-7. Like that the under on Auburn games are gonna be wild.
Auburn's the
It
new
just comes
Iowa.
out like their off season training is just wrestling bears. It's
They just become insane
rock
like
fights.
MMA fighters just start like flooding out of Auburn.
Could be walks into the ring in an Auburn shirt.
Auburn gets a hockey team and they end up going undefeated just because no other team can play by the end of the season because they just beat the piss out of them.
Yeah.
A lot of different
Auburn's
directions.
about to
Like
start. It's about to be a lot of new vodka companies coming out of Auburn, Alabama.
not a single vodka Red Bull on that campus anymore. Just vodkas.
Just vodka spit. That's all it is. We're going out warm.
Vodka slap, vodka spit.
That's gonna be very interesting. And it's, I guess, a Saturday. The snow on the
Dude, the mascot was funny as
and
hell. Like I was watching the TV and I was like, who like there's no way a player had enough time to like jokingly cross out the imp in an end zone in between and like during a play if he just like say he was just a distraction, they told him to go, like he technically could get that done and that'd be really funny. But then to figure out it was the mascot was even funnier. And then doing the little
the
Ohio
only thing,
script.
the only thing, the only thing missing from that game was the University of Michigan's offense. It's the only thing missing was Michigan. I mean, you had the oh my
I have a
god, you
hypothetical
had
here, Bo.
everything there. You had everything. You had the five. You had the back-to-back wins. The drama of Can Ryan Day beat Michigan. It's in your stadium. It's packed. It's snowing. You've got a freshman quarterback. You're on the playoff bubble. You win and you're in. Like
And
you
there were
put up
times where it
three
was your
field
game to win.
goals. You came out the gates and back-to-back red zones. You marched down the field, stalled your offense, kick a field goal, and then got an interception first play. And within the first 4 minutes of the game, you scored 66% of your offensive points. in the first 4 minutes of the game. What are we doing? What are we doing? It was going to be, dude, a Michigan comeback win in the snow. And look, I don't give a shit about either of those teams. I wish they both could have lost or something, you know?
Yeah. But I got a
Just for the
hypothetical for you
cinematic
here while we're on
scores.
the game and the two
Okay.
teams we're talking about. Hypothetically, imagine if like a social media mogul and some random rich chick were to pay a quarterback like $12 million for one season and then run him in an offense that doesn't throw the football.
Mm.
Like
It'd be crazy if that happened, though. We need to look into that. Be
like
for
at
real.
this point it's looking more and more plausible that like Underwood's just gonna be like, oh, Kiffin's here, hell yeah, I'm coming to LSU. Like there might.
I just look. I understand he had 12 million reasons to do it. I do, but it's like you look at you look at going where Joe Burrow and Jane Daniels came from, and you chose to go where nine came from. I do the nine shit is the funniest thing in the world, by the way.
What?
I do hope you know what I'm referencing. You don't know that?
Mm-mm.
So JJ McCarthy a couple weeks ago, in his post game interview said he has an alter ego on game days. He calls himself Nine when it's time to go, and has proceeded to be the worst quarterback in Vikings history. For example, if you spike the ball every single play, your quarterback rating is 36.9. J.J. McCarthy has been a 32 last week and a 34 the week before. He's since saying that he's been worse than if you would just spike the ball.
That's like knowing somebody that got an 8 on the ACT. It's like, dude, don't you get a 12 for spelling your name right?
Yeah, exactly what it's like. It's like, and so it's like all you haven't seen any of the memes where it's like, one performance from nine today. It's like 6 for 18, 70 yards, 2 picks. It's like, oh, dude, you got to look into it. It's the funniest thing. It's like nine inside JJ McCarthy's head, telling him to throw it to a wide open linebacker. It's like, dude, the nine memes are hilarious.
Dude, I
You gotta get into that. That's my favorite hate meme right now.
I was at work the other day and it was the week of one of the Jameis starts. And the kid walks into into the office with the TV on. Right as there's a Packers player in the end zone, like making the catch of a lifetime. And he's like, dude, what a catch. Like, sick touchdown. And then it shows the second camera angle and it shows Jameis Winston throwing a ball in an area where there isn't a single player with his team's jersey on. And like, yeah, this guy just comes out of nowhere and is like, thank you. Like, and it just made me laugh. Like, everything about it was
And no
perfectly.
Jameis slander allowed. That's Jameis get Moss Winston to you.
Yeah, but
No
like to
Jameis
me, it
slander
was like the
allowed.
perfect Jameis interaction to where it's like somebody sees it and it's like Jordan Love just made the throw of his year. And then you see the alternate angle and it's like Jameis Winston just gave me another full on belly laugh.
All right.
Yeah, and then in the 3:30 slot, that was LSU and Florida State, Florida. I kind of tuned in back, like flipped to commercial breaks for the Florida State. Kind of wasn't much of a game at any point. Like I
That was a they, they both sucked. I could have told you both of them were gonna suck. I honestly didn't expect LSU to be that. LSU game was a fucking rock fight. That was like that's why I imagine caveman played football like before they figured out offense.
Yeah, but imagine
Like
at the
that was
same time,
literally
like LSU is one loss away from missing the playoffs, and Oklahoma comes into our stadium for the first time, and just like it's a rock fight. Like that sucks for both teams because I would
oh
honestly
absolutely.
like I don't know, like I would rather watch a game that was won or lost decisively in either way. Like that was kind of a hard watch at
Yeah,
times, just
100%.
with the lack of
I would
offense.
rather have been able to like I would have rather been able to tune off of that game. You know what I mean? Like
If it wasn't the
I don't know. I
last
wish it was
game of the
over.
season, I wouldn't have watched it. If it was the Western
Not
Kentucky
even
game,
that.
it
Like
was turned off
I
at
wish it
halftime.
was like yeah, I wish it was like 21-3 at halftime. And I could be like, oh well, that's fitting. Because I wouldn't really for a while I was more just locked in waiting on the Pete Thamel notification, the ESPN notification on my phone. So it was
Yes.
like I'm kind of just trying to half watch it because I know that that's not what's important with LSU today. Like that didn't matter. And then it was like, oh shit, I guess I'm gonna. It was 3-3 at halftime. It's like shit. I guess I gotta watch now. Like I guess I gotta knowing damn well that there's not a world where LSU wins this game. Like, there was never. That was the most. That's the most out of reach 3-3 football game I've ever. Like never once was I like, oh, we're gonna win, like, or we have a shot. It was always just like we're gonna be in it enough for me to have to fucking watch this game. I was just honestly upset that it was close enough to where you had to watch the game, knowing that inevitably you were going to lose it. Even if we honestly, even if we were up, say we're up 10 at half, I think if there's a world that happens, I honestly think that we get offered a paycheck and accept it at halftime
Mhm.
from the Southeastern Conference to throw the rest of that game so that the SEC gets another team in the playoffs. Like honestly, like I don't think they would have let us win that game if we wanted to. I don't think that was a world where they let Oklahoma miss the playoffs after at the during the season. But
Yeah, part of me would have also been kind of sad because like a team that's already beaten Alabama once, I would rather have in the playoffs than not.
yeah, I agree.
Like I definitely wouldn't
And
be mad that
then
we won a football game, but like part of me would be like, damn, sucks for Oklahoma fans. Like this is to me, this is almost their get back for the 2019 Peach Bowl, and I'm okay with it.
yeah, they can have that shit. They can have a 17-13 win.
I was
If
just
that's your get back, you can have it.
I was about to say that was kind of my joke was like that was like one of the
Yeah.
biggest ass kickings of any game in playoff college football. It might be like the most handily won besides the Georgia TCU game.
Yeah. To be fair though, it's like in retrospect, it's like, yeah, what do you want me to do there? Like every every player on that field played in the National Football League. 7 of them were picked in the first round. It's like, what the fuck do you want me to do there? Half of my guys work for H&R Block right now on that field. That's what's supposed to happen,
Mhm.
which is the beauty of college sports. But
Who was the
let's
dude?
get the Iron Bowl.
Golke was his name. That dude's awesome. I love him.
Yeah, Jack,
Yep,
whatever his name is. Yeah, yeah. Now the Iron Bowl.
that was a good one.
Now we did, being from like LSU side, I'm glad. So everybody was like, we need Alabama to win, so they're in the SEC championship, so the Lane decision comes out sooner. Yes, I agree. Never once will I ever root for Alabama. I
Yeah,
do not care. I couldn't even do it. I couldn't do it. Like everybody I watched the game with was like, no, we need Bama to win. I was like, dude, it feels wrong. I can't do it. I cannot do it.
it my
I wanted
only
Auburn to win the whole way.
my only thought too with that is like Ole Miss, if Ole Miss makes it to the SEC championship and that becomes their second loss, they don't punish the team that played in the conference championship for the most, like for the best conference with the most teams. Like they're not going to punish them for that second loss to the level that they would unless they lose by 40 because Kiffin isn't there. Like I don't know that that had as
Oh, if they get embarrassed
that's what I'm
without
saying.
Kiffin
Like
there,
that's the
they
only world where it
absolutely get
happens,
pulled.
and that's
I
if
think you're right.
Kiffin's gone anyways. But I mean, like
Yeah.
I don't think there's a world where Ole Miss was out of the playoff, whether or not they were in the SEC championship. To where like,
Well,
yes,
well, the worry was that they were going to have to figure out. Now it was a new conversation where if Ole Miss were to let him coach the SEC championship game, was LSU willing to wait around? Because hindsight now, knowing how many other coaching spots were lined up the next morning, like would LSU have not been okay with that, knowing there's a chance he flips his decision to
yeah,
go back to Ole Miss, and now we're left empty-handed because Alex Golish, John Summerall, Silverfield, they were all signing the next day, so we had to make a move that night. So that was the worry.
yeah.
Glad we never had to do it, but still, regardless, couldn't find it in my heart to root for those bastards. Couldn't do it.
No, my grandma, we were talking the next morning when we were watching the Saints Dolphins game. Um, Amazing watch if you did. It was the ultimate
It was great. Yeah,
stoppable force versus movable object. Like we call those out almost every podcast. Like that might have
and we
been,
had the number 2 pick still.
yeah. Um,
The Jets won.
The Chiefs are having their worst season they've had in almost a decade, and they have as many wins as both teams that played on Sunday combined. Um, but no, my grandma was like, I was talking to dad, and I was like, Auburn kind of had two or three chances to win it, and like just was never able to
Oh,
capitalize.
absolutely.
And my grandma was like, "Oh, I wanted Auburn to win," and I was like, "Al Qaeda wanted Auburn to win. Like
Yeah.
every person that breathes air wanted Auburn to win, unless they were an Alabama fan. Like it's just one of those
Yeah.
games. That's how it works.
Yeah.
Whenever,
It's one of those games every week. Whenever you see who Alabama's playing, you root for them. It's my two favorite teams, bro. LSU and whoever plays Bama this week.
hmm,
But I don't know. I'm very excited to see what John Stormall does with Deuce tonight. That's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be so much fun. Um, I do wanna. I don't know. I want to get your opinion on this. Oh my goodness, we're getting late. Getting late.
hmm,
Golly, man. Um, does Notre Dame deserve to make the playoffs?
no,
Okay,
they should be
I agree.
ineligible to make the playoffs until they either schedule five ranked opponents in a season or join a conference.
It's like you can't lose your two big games you play and then beat UConn, Boston College, all these bullshit teams they're playing,
Their
and then
best win
be
this
like, "Oh, we're a
season,
playoff team."
their best win this season is USC.
Yeah,
That's not a playoff team.
no, no. And it's going to be like this repetitively, and that's so frustrating that we're going to have to sit here and watch them go 10-2 with no good wins, and like that's what we're gonna have to argue, and they're gonna get in. They're gonna get in too.
Yeah. Well, the only problem I would
So
have is
frustrating.
if they take the like say they were to take the group of five bid from a Tulane or somebody like that. Like I don't know if there's a world that that happens, but like that would suck.
Well, no, because the top five conference champions go to. So
Oh
it's
yes, I know what you mean.
something like that.
Boise State last year.
Yeah, the top five now they don't have the buys anymore. The
Yeah.
buys are just the 1, 2, 3, 4 seeds. Um, but yeah, so there's not a world where they take Tulane spot, but there's like honestly, say the last playoff spot comes down between Notre Dame and Texas, who would you let in?
The team that has played a more difficult season.
Texas has the loss to Florida though.
Well, yeah, but they have the win to Texas A&M, who Notre Dame lost to.
Notre Dame's two losses are to, well, yeah, Texas A&M and Miami. Yeah,
I mean, if it's
it's
between those two
so
teams, I mean,
it's just
especially with how
it's
they
just
played,
disrespectful.
with the difference in how they played, like last week, Texas A&M like kind of like lost that game, or Texas won it more than Texas A&M lost it. It felt was
Yeah.
what I was trying to say, and like that might kind of have a little bit more sway on voters than Notre Dame beating a bunch of teams that suck for the last five
But
weeks.
my problem is that I don't think it does because I don't think they watch the games. I really don't. Did you know Vanderbilt dropped a spot in the rankings yesterday after manhandling Tennessee? You know Vanderbilt's down one spot in the rankings, which this
But
is
the
AP
college
poll.
football
This is
playoff are
not college
ranking.
football playoff. Right. It's I don't think anybody with a serious job there watches college football. I really don't. And it's been like this all year. The rankings have been horrible all year. It's been garbage.
Garb.
So I don't know. I worry that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm very interested to see what they do with all of this.
I hate to say it. I feel like it's gonna be another Big Ten year.
Yeah, probably. But look, I think the Big Ten's more top heavy. But I would like to see. I mean, the SEC's
As
4
long
through 12 works. The Big Ten's 4 through 12. It's not even close.
Yes.
Like,
With that, we want to get into our final segment.
yeah.
Let's go. All right, and we're back with I don't think we have a name for this segment yet, but our tier list maker for when we only have two of us here. Um, we
Yeah.
wanted to keep it sports related, but didn't want to go based on logos. That was too easy. So we're going baseball stadiums. Now, me and Bo haven't been to all 30 stadiums, so like some of them might be a little funky. Like you'll have to give us some feedback if we say something completely incorrect about your stadium, but like some of them will just be kind of going on vibe from MLB the show and what we see on TV broadcast, that kind of deal. Some of them are more publicized than others. Uh, but should be fun.
Yeah.
Um First up, we have American Family Field, which is the home of the Milwaukee Brewers.
So I'm actually going to this stadium this summer, which is pretty lit.
That's
I'm
sweet.
actually hitting three. I'm hitting three stadiums this summer, which is dope.
What's the three?
I'm hitting this one, and I'm hitting Wrigley in the same week,
Heck
and
yeah.
then hopefully Fenway. Hopefully Fenway.
Hope.
So
Hey, maybe a Fenway special this year.
ideally, ideally Fenway. Um,
I think the slide is sick. Like the slide's a cool feature. Like
it is cool.
there's the things that are the coolest about this stadium kind of almost have nothing to do with like the actual fan experience, but like more to do with like the novelty of being there. Um
I agree.
the re-
I think the outside of the stadium is really, really beautiful, but the inside of it just leaves a little bit to be desired. I do always like a retractable roof. I will say I'm a retractable
I'm a
roof kind of
sucker
guy.
for a
The
retractable
option,
roof.
it's basically an open stadium that you don't have rain delays at. Like I don't understand why they're not all. Like,
Unless
'cause, I
you're
mean,
historic.
baseball is supposed to be outside. Yeah, yeah, true. Baseball is supposed to be an outside sport. I'm not all in for inside baseball, but for the ease of schedule sakes, makes sense.
And if
But
you're
yeah, I think this is yeah,
part of the reason a Tampa Bay does it is because of the area they're located on the Gulf. Like they're so much unpredictable weather that like there are times when a closable roof, if you couldn't close it in 90 seconds, you're not stopping rain from getting in. So I mean,
right.
there is a world where it makes sense to have a fully closed in stadium, but definitely not in Milwaukee. Um,
I think this is a perfect middle of the road stadium.
that was I'm thinking like kind of top of B tier. Like it'll finish within the top three of B tier. It's definitely a stadium
Sure,
like that.
sure.
If you're a true fan of baseball, you're like, this is a stadium that would be cool to go to if I happen to be in the area. But you're not making a full trip to Milwaukee unless your favorite player is playing their
Yeah,
final game there. Like,
yeah. And I mean, I also feel like it's kind of given some pretty good. Like you've seen in the playoffs multiple times, and you've watched a bunch of Ryan Braun and Yelich highlights and the slide, and so I feel like it does have some good ish memory. It's not got great memories
that
in
and
it
what's the
for
name of
that
the
value, but
broadcaster?
it's
Major League. He was in the movie. He was the actual broadcaster for the Brewers.
oh Bob, yeah, Bob Uecker.
Yeah.
Yeah, legend. Rest in peace. He's the man.
Yep.
But
A lot of great
yeah,
games
I,
called
I
from him
like
there.
Top of Beer. Yeah,
Next, we got Angel Stadium. To me, I think it's a stadium that like isn't currently in its best era. Like there are past eras of this current Angel Stadium that we can look back at and be like, this stadium was better at a point. Um,
that's because the games that were played in that stadium. If you really take, I think this is a beautiful stadium.
I do
I'm
as
afraid to
well.
say it. I think this is gorgeous.
I do as well, but like the giant A in left field's sick. Like the atomic A in left field for the Angels is sweet. Like they need to
Oh, I
bring
mean
that back.
the rock waterfall in center field is
Yes, and the $1 million bucket or whatever, isn't that them that has that out there?
yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
I mean, just beautiful. I can't help but every time I see
I
highlights of Mike
think
Trout's career getting wasted, at least there's cool waterfall in the background. You
top
know?
five home run derby stadium for sure.
Oh yeah, no doubt,
Like
no
I think
doubt.
it's an A tier stadium.
I was more willing to go top of B, but I could get convinced. I don't really think there's a lot of bad stadiums. Is my
Yeah,
thing.
put it above Milwaukee.
I think so. I think it's number one in B tier.
I
because
could see
other
that.
than center field, it is pretty ugly, if we're being honest.
Yeah, the right field wall is kind of cool. How it's like that weird mid height wall where like you can kind of if you time it up right and the balls hit right, you can get over it. But like there's some balls where you're like, oh man, that's an out. Oh, never mind, it's gone. That's 3 runs. Like
Yeah, and it's actually it does have a good scoreboard in right field too.
I think it's a bottom of A
I
tier
don't
stadium.
know.
It might be very
I think it is too.
if
I'm convinced. Yeah.
all right. So every
Yeah.
stadium from here on out that
Yeah.
goes in A tier
Sure.
will be in front of it for right now.
Probably. Probably. Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
I think so.
Next we got Bush Stadium.
S tier. No question.
I could see it. Good. Like
Free to argue, but
I could see
I
it.
mean,
To
dude,
me, I think it's more top of A. Like I
dude, that skyline in the background, dude, the arch in the background,
yeah,
bro.
honestly,
And every
you know
time
what
you see
takes
the
it to the S
stadium,
tier for me, and I just convinced myself like after unconvincing myself when
what?
they like perfectly manicure the arch that's in the backdrop into the field, golden. Like
Mm,
good grass
mm,
makes a stadium look a million times better.
100%. 100%.
Yeah,
And yeah, just blending that in with the stadium, and that's a gorgeous stadium, dude. That's a top five venue to watch a ball game at. And up until this year, this is the first year I've really seen them just not be packed out most of the time. Like you used to never be able to turn on a Cardinals game and see bleachers empty. Like it's always they love that stadium and rightfully so. That thing is gorgeous.
yeah. Next is I think another S tier stadium for me at least. I think it's at least in the top two. Give me Camden Yards.
Yeah, 100%.
Like it
That's an S tier.
looks insane. To me, it's in front of Bush Stadium, but that's kind of due to personal fan experience. Like
I think I agree with you.
I haven't been to a ton of stadiums, but like from a fan experience perspective, like that's kind of the closest MLB stadium to me that the Sox consistently play at. So I try and go to a game or two every year. And the prices are definitely higher buying food in a stadium. It's going to be expensive. If you expect it not to be, like you're at the wrong place. Go to a game 40 years ago if you want a hot dog to be $1.50. Um but that being said, there are like they have certain areas where it's like the birdie budget zone where like there's nothing being sold for more than $6 in that area. And like there's a lot of variety. They have like a little mini street built into the stadium atmosphere that's like all the different home runs that have been hit near that brick wall, like in between the brick wall and the street. You can actually like go through and find some of your favorite players' home runs and stuff that they've hit over the years because all the ones that hit that street they mark in brass. Um, a lot of cool games played there. I think Cal Ripken like kind of set a standard for a lot of other MLB stadiums. But
I will say I have a soft spot for a stadium that's like inconveniently in the middle of a city. You know what I mean?
dude,
Like there's
it's
one that I've been to on this list that I'll explain why I hate it for this opposite reason. But like a stadium being actually in the city they play at, it is it's a thing of beauty.
so when we go like when we go to Baltimore, we're going for a completely separate reason and just time it for when the Red Sox are there on purpose since my whole family Sox fans. Um, and so every time we stay at this hotel that's like right at like a mile away, and every time like never once have we gotten an Uber, taken public transport or anything. Like we just walk. Like it is as in the city can get. And like the Raven
Yeah, it's
stadiums
beautiful.
across the parking lot, like it would be like another 5-10 minute walk to the Raven Stadium from Camden Yards, but like you can see it clear. It's literally a parking lot away is the only thing separating you, and like very cool area, a ton of other stuff to do around it, like bunch of good food and whatnot. Cheesecake Factory within like 0.5 miles of the stadium. Like that's
Baker Mayfield.
good place to go after a game though. Huge variety. If you go to Cheesecake Factory and say you can't find something you like on the menu, you can't read.
And we got 30 stadiums to do. We can't get into the cheesecake factories by every stadium.
I gotta take. I was a Cheesecake Factory hater for a minute, and then I read the rest of the
It's
menu.
fair.
Chase
It's
Field,
fair.
this one to me, mid to not mid. Like,
Oh,
I don't know, the pool's cool,
I love
but
Chase
like
Field. Pool is awesome.
it's cool. It's not great to me. Like center field's
Like the
way too
scoreboard
far
in the
out.
back, like oh, like it gives it wabi sabi
I will say
in
this,
TikTok terms.
like
It probably is B
solely
tier though.
because of how bad the MLB The Show missions piss me off. I want to move it down a tier from wherever we think it should be.
I think this belongs in B tier. I love the pool.
Mm. Are they the only
Oh,
stadium in the MLB with a pool?
no, I don't think so, but they're like they started it, I think. It's still sick. I don't care. I don't care if anybody else
All
has
right.
one. It's
Well,
still
we'll
sick.
have them there for now. We can readjust if we need to.
Bottom B tier.
Next, we got
We'll go
City Field,
behind.
where the New York Mets play.
The Apple's cool.
It's a cool stadium. Like I don't know.
You
It's
know,
it's
it's
it's kind of hard to do much in New York with like how much is going on there. Like it's kind of
yeah.
weird. Like you'd think in a place with as much money as New York, like they'd have the nicest everything, but like it kind of makes it hard to do anything when everything's going on.
Yeah, the
Um,
Coliseum style pillars on the outside of the building are sweet, I will say. It's definitely the best stadium in the state of New York for baseball. I can tell you that much.
it's also cool like how much blue and orange is like tied into the stadium. Like there are a lot of teams that like just kind of go with a neutral color or something like that in a way that like when they use it for concerts in the summer it doesn't look funny. But like them just full on going with some of like the most like clashing colors that exist. It's just like hell yeah. Like you just respect it a little bit.
Yes. I can agree with that.
But I think it's a
But
I
I
mean,
think it's a top of C tier.
yeah, that was where I was at.
Okay.
Like I think this is kind of going to be similar to the NHL logo draft where like there's not nearly as many bad stadiums as there are good stadiums.
Yeah.
Um
So like yeah, we don't I don't think C tiers are bad stadiums. I just think in comparison they're probably
yes.
down there.
Um would vibes alone make an S tier ballpark?
I don't know if it would be alone. It'd be close. But if it could, I know that and yes, this
We can go ahead
Citizens
and put
Bank would be it if it would.
I'm glad you knew where I went because like
Yeah.
we like you said like if there was a place if vibes alone were the factor they'd be number one. Like there isn't a place like Citizens Bank when it comes to being the oppositionary team. Like whether you're a player, a fan, a coach, anything, it's fair game. They're nasty, they're dirty, like they will do anything to try and do what they think will help their team win or make them happy. Um, like I think Philly's a sick town. I'd love to go more. I'm kind of close to it, but like 0% of me is gonna go to a game not wearing a Phillies jersey. Like I'll go watch them play like
Yeah,
the
fuck
Braves or
that.
somebody like that. Like I'll go watch them play a team that if I went to a Phillies Yankees game and I could like genuinely cheer on the Phillies as my favorite team, or my second favorite team, like Bo mentioned earlier, like hell yeah. But like in no world am I going
Yeah.
to a Phillies game as a Sox fan unless it's game 7 of the World Series.
Yeah. And it's like it's one of those things where it's like I don't know how Philly does it where they support three teams very like ride or die. Like we Louisiana has a lot of trouble supporting the Pelicans. Like say what you want, we do. We like a second team was too much for us somehow. Philly is Sixers, Birds, Phillies, and none of them are
And
lacking in
Flyers.
support. Like and Flyers, yeah, yeah, they have all the big four,
You
and
got
and
Nova for
never once has
basketball.
it been a question.
You got Penn State for football. Like they just ride.
It's unreal. It's unreal how they do it. Some of the most passionate fans in the world. So yeah, but I don't think the stadium itself. It just empty. The stadium naked's not the best. Vibes alone, I think it does carry to A tier though.
It's
You can't
also
put it
like
anything lower.
not the worst though. Like to me, like the fact that
No,
like
it's not.
there's
It's not.
like the weird tiered bullpens and stuff like that, and that kind of like jagged cut in center field, like whatnot. Like there is that originality that like you could look at an empty Citizens Bank and you're not gonna think that it's anywhere but Citizens Bank. Like it's not one of those places that has to have fans being rowdy in it to know that it is where it is. But so we're going top of A or bottom of S?
I think we gotta put it behind Angel Stadium. I do.
Behind. Uh we can go with it
Stadium
now.
itself is just.
Yeah.
We can revisit. We can revisit. If we're going just stadium alone,
Hey,
I mean, look, vibes got it to A, but I
do
don't know
you
how
like
much more I can do.
Chevrolet?
I do like Chevrolet.
Because you
Never
you
bought
would
one.
you would love Detroit,
Yep.
or the biggest
Ford.
centerpiece. Well, isn't it the two Chevys they have out in center field? It's the Corvette and the truck.
It is, but Detroit's is where Ford was started. I don't know where
Yeah,
Chevy was, but
I think also
yeah.
Detroit.
So my dad has actually been to the stadium multiple times. My dad's in Detroit right now as we speak, actually.
Hmm.
Um, and he actually does say that this ballpark is so much better than it's made out to look on TV. Like he thoroughly enjoys this ballpark, and he sent me pictures, and it looks so much better in person. But watching the game here, it's
I,
kind of brutal. I'm not gonna lie on TV.
it was D tier for me. It's one of few. Like I just think it's either it's C or D.
Look, some of them have to go in D tier. I think this one may just have to be. It's an ugly stadium.
Also, the Red
It
Sox had
is.
a absolutely horrible time there this season. So,
Yes, we did. Hey, the double. I think the double robbed home run was here. I think though, right?
maybe
The tip drill home run.
was it in
My dad
Texas?
almost caught. My dad almost caught a Willier home run here though, which was pretty sick. Like he
That's
was on
awesome.
TV reaching for the ball. Like I could video we were watching because the Sox were in town. Like it was the Red Sox game. Of course, he goes out of town to watch the Tigers game. And the Sox are in town. But yeah, like they hit a home run 3 rows in front of him. I got to see him reach for it over a lady. It was hilarious.
That's awesome.
Yes. Which funny story about that actually, it was like very early. It was our first time going to Detroit this season. And so my dad, my dad didn't really keep up with a whole lot like, who hates who, whatever. So he didn't know the Bregman Detroit thing. So Bregman gets announced and they're booing the shit out of him. My dad knew that it was going to be the Red Sox, so he wore an LSU polo in support of Bregman. And so he's sitting there and they're booing the shit out of Alex Bregman. And he's in a bright yellow LSU polo. Hilarious. He said he was terrified. He was like, they're never because he said it was like loud and they hate him. He's like shit. So it's very funny.
Anthony
Trying to pop
Ianson
over
fan,
down.
man.
Vibes.
The
Now this one's gonna be. I'm very interested to hear your take on this one. How do you feel
Colorado
about Coors Field?
Rockies. Honestly, like,
How do you feel about Home Run Ballpark?
but here's the thing, like, it's an insane looking park. Like it looks really pretty. The trees are kind of cool for the vibe. Like it's Colorado. They're very nature based state. Like there's the mountains in the backdrop if you sit in the upper deck. Like there's a lot of different
To be
ways.
really honest, the clock on the backside entrance of this thing. I love Coors. This is one of my favorite ballparks in the league. This is an S tier for me. The sunsets you get at this ballpark are unbelievable.
I could see it. Yes, I think it could be mid to bottom A tier or S tier. S tier.
I agree. I agree.
I think it is in front of Bush.
Okay, I can do in between Bush.
To
I can
where
do in
now
between Bush and Camden.
Our S tier goes Camden Yards, Coors, Bush.
I love it. It's a great S tier.
This to me, the next stadium to me is one of the most overrated stadiums in the sport.
100% agree.
Um,
100%.
I think it deserves to be in C tier. Like I don't think it's a D tier stadium. I wouldn't
I think
hate.
Vince Scully alone. makes it C tier. I
Like
love you, Vince
there have
Scully.
been
I'm
a
just
lot of
showing you.
very important games played here. There is that historic aspect to it, but like for a team that has spent more money than any other baseball team ever at this point, like spend money on the stadium, like make a sick one. Like look at what old dude's doing with the Clippers. And like look at how much more support there is for that team that already had a ton of support just because they got the fan base riled up over something that they hadn't had in a while, and then they gave them even more than they were expecting, and now the fans are even happier. Like yeah, their season isn't going to the level that they want it to right now, but like that place is packed out every time you look at it on TV. Like they have an entire section of the stadium dedicated to their most dedicated fans. Like I don't know that that works in baseball with 162 games, but like make a six stadium in Los Angeles and a ton of like famous people are going to show up.
I think the entrance plaza is awesome. It's one of the better ones in baseball. But you can't have only two separate sections of 10-row tall outfield bleachers. This split off weird gap in the middle. Like it just none of it makes sense. And I liked it whenever Dodger Films was making videos there catching like videoing games, but you cut them off for that. So you lose $1 million more for that. You can't just cut out Bobby Crosby like
One
that.
thing that I do think, like one fact that is fairly cool about Dodger Stadium, to me that I at least think is cool. Um, I forgot what politician did it, but when Dodger Stadium was being built, like the governor or some like important politician in California came and saw it, and the guy either like one of the guys building it or the owner of the team was like, "Yeah, this place is so big, you should give it its own zip code." And so the state of California like actually gave Dodger Stadium its own zip code that only they could use. And like basically whenever they write down their address, like they could just write down their zip code, you know, it's Dodger Stadium because they literally have a zip code that's only them. And that's kind of a badass state like fact.
That is pretty sick. Shout out! I'm sure that was Gavin Newsom. Shout out him for that.
No.
Um,
I think this was done a long time ago.
um,
Next is the number one.
maybe it was Arnie. Wait, hold on. Where are we putting this though? Where are we putting this?
I had it C, kind of back towards the end of C tier was where my brain was at.
Behind City. I think
Yes.
City was the only other one we had in there.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, love it.
Um
So you just want to go ahead and put this one
number yeah. There's no conversation.
easily.
If you have to question
So
why this is the best stadium in baseball, reevaluate everything you know about baseball and watch the first 14 episodes of this show and then come back.
yes.
All right, welcome
While
back.
you're at it, just
Um
just make this your screen. Just make this your make that ballpark your. It's my screensaver on every computer I own.
this
It
is
is just
my
gorgeous.
my personal photo from the last time I was there. It's my phone screensaver.
Beautiful park. I will say though, got to do something about the seats. Got to make the seats normal human sized again.
Kind of sick.
I'll see. I'll see about it. That's all I hear. I'm just worried that I'm gonna be in pain from watching the game, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the worst. You've been in Tiger Stadium. They took out the armrest.
It's fair. It's fair.
But yeah, not a
Great
ton of
American.
conversation. One of the best like
Yeah,
named
that needed.
stadiums. To me, I could see this either
Well,
being top, very tip top of A above Angel Stadium or end of S. Like to me, this is a fairly high stadium. The river,
Great
the
Americans.
smokestacks, everything
The
like that.
river's really cool. The white and the red is cool. I don't think it deserves S.
That's where
It
it
is
might not
awesome.
even
It
it might
is.
not even be above Angels. I could see it being
It's close. It's very close. I with the bridge and the river in the background, I am willing to put it above Angels just because like there is some there. It just has it.
that and
Certain
the
things
name of
have
the Great
it.
American Ballpark. Yes, we'll give it to where now A tier's Great American Angel Stadium, Citizens Bank.
I like it. I like it. Honestly, I'm down to move Citizens Bank to the middle of that tier.
To put
The more I
in
go on and think about it, and put Angel Stadium last of A.
like it's one of those stadiums like you if I was being completely honest, like we're very lucky to have our favorite team play in the coolest stadium in the sport. If my team had to play in another stadium, I would rather them play in Citizens Bank than Angel Stadium on a nightly basis.
I think I agree. I'm gonna have to move it. I've come to. I think I agree.
Next we got Globe Life in Texas, a fairly new stadium, like maybe the newest, home of
It is the newest.
the COVID season or at least playoffs, I believe.
So I went to Old Globe Life. I cannot express how much I love Old Globe Life Stadium.
Such a sick
It's
stadium.
one of my favorite I've been to. It's gorgeous. That outfield wall is so beautiful. It makes no sense.
That and the infamous patch of
I think they,
grass where the fan runs and
gosh,
grabs
man,
the ball that's stuck.
dude, I can't express how much I love Old Globe Life. So this one, I think it's good. I really do. I like the new feel of it. The concourse is awesome. Like there's a catwalk that goes like all the way around the stadium. It is sweet. The retractable roof is good. The bricks in the background. There's so many stadiums it does not deserve to be above, I think, is the problem.
To me, this is somewhere between B and C. Like it's
I
kind of in
agree.
that era of like there's nothing wrong with this stadium, but there's nothing so right that I love it.
If this was Oak Globe Life, I'm putting it in an S.
Yes. So
I
where is it, B or
think
C?
where
You
this
decide.
belongs, this one and Chase Field are probably 1A, 1B to me.
See, to me, this one's in front of Chase Field.
I'm cool. I'm cool going in between American Family and Chase, if that's where you like.
Yes, I'm fine with that.
Cool. Cool. Sweet.
Next is
I'm
one
glad
of
we're on the
my
same page.
favorites. I don't think it's an S tier stadium. It's one that I definitely want to get to before they
Really?
shut down. I just think it's cool. Like I think
Kaufman?
I think there's something cool about originality. Their theming's fairly cool. Like it's kind of like the Saints. Like a lot of people that have never. I mean, I guess a Royal's a little bit easier to understand than a Saint, but like not many teams are named after something within that category to where like some of the ways that they theme themselves and the things around the team that aren't the mascot and whatever, like how you have the Excalibur and whatever, like you have like royalty themed items sold as like the food and whatever. Like I think there's a part of that that goes into it. And then the fountains to me have just always been really cool.
Fountain is cool. The fountain's cool and the crown scoreboard is cool. But other than that, it's in the middle of nowhere. Like it's not a very cool, it's not very aesthetically pleasing outside of the building, I don't think. It's
It's
I
weird
don't know.
because it's right next
My
to
opinion it's a
Arrowhead.
B.
It's in the same
Okay,
parking
now we'll
lot.
say the water spectacle when they do the color lights under the fountain and do the show, that is one of the cooler things in baseball.
To
I
me,
do love that.
I have it either in between American Family and Globe Life or in front of American Family.
I don't hate in front of American fan. I think that's a perfect spot for it. Anywhere over there.
Yes. It's just, it's also like, oh, it's classic. It's like Arrowhead. Like, you wouldn't know Kaufman's as old as it is unless someone that knows how old it is told you. Like, you wouldn't think it's brand new. You wouldn't think it's that old. It's just one of those. Like, it just kind of ages well. Like, Arrowhead, if you said Arrowhead was built in the 90s, a lot of people would believe you. Like, maybe not to those that have sat there for 15 games, but like to somebody that's only ever seen it on TV 100%.
Yes.
Bo, I think you should take this one. This is a stadium that you've been to. I have not.
Yeah, so I don't think it's Marlin Park. I'm trying to think of what the new
Lone
name for it
Depot.
is. Thought so. I didn't want to be wrong. Okay. Yeah, I was there in 2021, so like 4 years ago now. It's in the middle of the hood. Like it is going to that stadium is absolutely terrifying. I will 100% confirm. Even like getting out of the Uber and you're on the grounds of the stadium, you just like didn't feel safe. It was weird. It's really weird. I used to think the stadium was awesome until I went to it. Also, this was before they removed the Marlins Fountain. Marlins Fountain and like the aquarium and all that made this stadium awesome.
They took
But
away everything that made it
removing it,
cool.
yes, literally, it did. And you can feel it. Like it's a lifeless ballpark. It's empty. No one there really gives a shit about what's going on, which is I never understood. Like Miami should be one of the premier baseball destinations. It has never made sense to me with the amount of
Well,
like Major League
hey,
Baseball talent that is from Miami that their families are from the Dominican and Puerto Rico that come in. They all like the Cubans. They settle in Miami. And they he, I don't know like the youth baseball scene in Miami is huge. It's gigantic. The fact that there's no like the Marlins should be the biggest market team spending all this money on free agents to be good. The Marlins should be what the Dodgers are. That makes no sense to me. It
hey,
just very
mate,
upsets me.
where did David Ortiz Jr. go to high school?
Probably Miami Dade.
It was, I don't think it was Dade, but I believe he did go to school in Miami.
They all do. A lot of them do. Like it's always blown my mind.
Hey, I
I
will
would
say
love to
this.
see the day
This has nothing.
Where Miami's
Oh,
good.
sorry. This has nothing to do with the stadium and everything to do with the situation of like travel and whatnot. But like, it's sad that the most hype people get are for a team that isn't the primary team. Like the most excited you'll see people there is going to be
Yeah,
before this season. It's going to be the World Baseball Classic. You're going to have all these people there from all these different places excited to come to Miami and excited to watch their nation get represented in the World Baseball Classic. And like that place is going to be stacked. It's going to be louder than you've ever heard it. And like then the actual season's going to start and it's going to be crickets.
yeah. So Miami's just figured out, man. I want Miami to be good so bad. Like so fucking bad. And they're
It would
just
be
not.
fun.
They also, all right, listen. Let me take over. I'm gonna bring back the Florida Marlins. Fuck the Miami Marlins. We're bringing back the Florida Marlins with the F, the big fish logo.
Take away the
That thing is
orange.
sick. We're gonna go back. Yep, we're gonna go back teal. We're gonna go back teal and black. Fuck, we may even have the best jerseys again. I don't know. We'll see. But the teal needs to come back. The teal button ups. I mean, we're gonna retire number two because Haley Ramirez just had that much aura, and we're gonna put the fucking fish fountain statue
Can you make
back
it
where it
twice as
belongs.
big?
Yep,
All right.
100%. And we're gonna trade for Stanton because he doesn't need to be in the Evil Empire anyways. Like, why not?
Yeah.
So, anyways, though, stadium itself, this is a D tier stadium, and it's below Comerica. This stadium sucks. Food was bad, except for the Cuban sandwich. Cuban sandwich from that stadium goes crazy. Everything else sucks, but it was bark at the park, so that ruled. I
That
love
was
the
that
bark at the
happened the
park
last
in
time I was
Central
at
Florida.
Camden Yards.
I love it. Makes my day.
Next is a
All right,
stadium that has actually changed its name. It's currently Dakin Park.
I guess
Sick Stadium. Like the name Minute Maid.
ruined it.
Minute
Ruined
Maid
it.
was
It needs to be the juice box.
Minute Maid was awesome, but like the stadium itself is still badass. Like the open roof. When that roof is opened, you wouldn't think it closed. Like I don't know, it's one of those like you don't look at it, it's not Seattle and there's like a little bitty window that like a three-quarters of the light of the sun comes through and the rest of the lights are stadium. Like if that roof's open, like that stadium is outdoors.
So
Um
I've been going to the stadium for 20 years. I went when it was the Black and Red Astros when they had one of my favorite players of all time, Lance Berkman, Carlos Lee, Wandy Rodriguez, Hunter Pence, this whole team, right? And they had the hill in center field with Michael Bourne in there. That was the most awesome thing. It was my first ever major league game, and that was the coolest thing. The train
mm,
going across. I mean, they do game day atmosphere here so well. Playoff atmosphere. I've been to the ALDS in the 2017 year, actually. They beat the shit out of the Red Sox. I was the only guy in a
they were
mile
cheating.
radius in red. They were cheating, fun fact. So I witnessed history.
Also,
But I was the only
inconveniently
guy in
like
there in
in the
red, and it
middle of the
was
town.
terrifying.
Like
But I love that. I love it.
in the
You
middle of
walk.
Houston.
It's beautiful. Yeah, absolutely is. You can't walk around downtown Houston without walking right past it, and I cannot express how awesome that is. I think this may be an S tier stadium
Mm, I could see it being there. It we'll put it there for
or
now.
best of A. I'm cool. I'm cool with it being best of A.
Yeah, there's definitely a world. For right now, we'll put it number one in A. But if S tier's looking a little thin, I could see moving, shuffling around a little bit.
Yes. Okay.
Here's a stadium I don't think's
Also, while we're at rebranding though, Bring back black and red Astros. I will
Yes.
stop hating you if you bring it back to black and red. Just throwing that out there. Anyways,
All right. Up next, we have another stadium that I have been to, somewhat close to where some family stays. The Nationals ballpark. It's in a, it's in DC, like it's in DC. It's in the town. You can walk to it. You can get there via public transit, metro, whatever. Me and Dad stayed like in the historic district when we went and just took the little electric scooters and it was sick. Ended up just walking back,
it's sick.
but I mean it's a cool atmosphere. Like it's hard to. It's a new-ish stadium. Like it's not super old. There's nothing super wrong with it, but I think it kind of fits within the C tier. Like I don't think there's
I
anything
agree.
super crazy about it. I think when the team's good, the vibe's awesome. Like DC fans definitely show up when the teams are good, but they're definitely not going to show up and support a team that's going to win 60 games.
Yeah.
I
Where are we
have
putting
it.
this one?
I have it in the middle. I have City Field, Nationals Park, Dodger Stadium.
Cool. I'm with it. I'm with it.
This one I don't know. You're gonna have to tell me where the next stadium is. The Coliseum, Alameda. The logo is kind of cut off.
Like you know what stadium this is?
No.
This is it's not a stadium anymore. So I don't know if it's really counted. Oh, it's not their stadium. This is the A's stadium.
Ah,
A's old stadium. We'll throw it in here for the memes since it's here.
we'll put it in D just because it's not a major league ballpark. It's gonna be bottom of D tier.
Okay, but let the record state. Awesome stadium. I've always loved the Coliseum.
The Coliseum was awesome.
I would have loved to have seen it like packed out for a playoff game in my lifetime. Like where there's people like the big ass tall
But
stands in
it
the
was
outfield,
like
like that looks like you can't see anything going on. It's like I wanted to see people up there.
there were like there were insane non baseball things going on in that stadium. Like towards the end, that like it
Raiders games.
it had lived out its time. Now, did you
It,
not remember what happened in the last year of the stadium? There were people doing the horizontal boogie in the stands, like actively during a game.
oh, I do remember.
Yeah,
Forgot about
like
it.
one of the most Oakland A's
Horizontal boogie
thing.
is crazy.
Um,
It's funny.
but yeah, like the Coliseum's sick.
I'm gonna steal that. Horizontal boogie is great.
Um, Coliseum was sick, but like they had let it get so nasty by the time they left because they didn't want to put any money in it that like it wasn't a truly usable stadium in a professional manner. Like there's really not much going on there now for that reason. Like they let it get so bad that like wasn't worth it would cost the amount to fix it than it would cost to build a new stadium in Vegas. So build a new shiny one in Vegas.
Yeah. I do
Um
feel so bad for Oakland sports fans losing the Warriors, Raiders, and Athletics in this what 5-10 year stretch. That's pain. That sucks.
yeah. Here's another one that I've personally been to. Oracle Park,
But oh
S
god,
tier.
dude, where do you even begin? No question.
It
No question.
is
Such a good stadium.
in between Camden Yards and Colorado for me. That's where I have it.
I would be willing to put it second right now. Current
I
landscape.
I like that. I mean,
I
McCovey's
love this
Cove is
stadium
insane.
so much.
One of the best, like, kind of original. I don't know if it's original to the stadium or like the region, but like one of the best food items I really haven't seen in many other places. They had these like garlic parsley fries. One of like
Mhm.
the most overwhelmingly garlic things I've ever had. Like you are not eating an entire thing of those by yourself. Like you're sharing them with a group of people. But like I'm a big garlic guy, so like they were my jam. I loved them. It was like a clear your nose type of garlic. It was
I mean, the
awesome.
Coke bottle, the glove,
Yes,
the
yes.
brick of everything, the ocean in the back. There's nothing wrong with this stadium. This is one of the most perfect stadiums to ever exist.
Kayakers out there in the water.
Fighting over baseballs, like paddling to them, bro. Like,
Imagine getting slapped in the
it's
head with a
so
paddle
sick.
trying to swim for a baseball. Like that's just an insane sentence.
He's so pissed off.
Um, I mean, I think this is gonna be a kind of easy next couple. Like we can almost kind of run through these quick.
I
Petco,
agree.
another S tier.
S.
I think it's the one
Easily
that
S
fits.
tier.
it's the one that fits between either Camden and Oracle or Camden
I like
and
that. That's perfect. That's perfect.
the. I mean,
Oh, actually, I don't know. Camden and Coors. Camden and Coors.
yeah.
Let's give Camden the respect still.
Um, I haven't been in there while a baseball game was being played. I have been in the stadium. Like I went on the little stadium tour when I was in San Diego. It wasn't baseball season. Still wanted to go because it is an insane stadium. Um,
Yeah.
like really cool area, super pretty, kind of in the middle of town. Like it's a little bit off the beaten path, but like you can get to it via public transit. You can get there on a bike. Like it's not a place that's hard to get to. It's not outside of the city. The Western Metal Supply Company building is just top notch.
So sick, bro.
If only Manny Machado didn't play for
So
that
sick.
team, it'd have a better chance of being better.
100%.
PNC Park
100%.
S tier above Petco.
S. S tier.
I think it fits between Camden
Uh,
and Petco.
okay, good. 100%.
Like
100%. One of beautiful. The bridge, dude.
the
The
bridge
Pirates.
is
Sell the team.
plural.
Sell the team. Sell the team. This team needs to be good. This team needs to be in the playoffs with this stadium.
Yes,
Don't care. And the
and the
logos, the
fans.
branding,
Like when they
and the
do cool
fans.
stuff,
Yeah,
the
dude.
fans
Like
show up.
100%. Every 5 games, the stadium's pretty packed. The other four's the problem.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, I would. I That's a stadium that I want to go to. I want to see a skiing start at some point. Like I feel like there would be there kind of is almost going to be no reason to go to PNC Park in the future, at least from my end.
What if they just came out and signed like Schwarber, like Alonso? What if they just were for no
Just signed
reason defense
everybody,
spinners this offseason? How
traded for
funny would that
Scooble.
be? How funny would that be?
It would be kind of funny, but like the Red Sox have a better chance of like signing these guys than the Pirates, and like we know the Red Sox aren't going to sign them.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if the Red Sox, who make 4 times as much money per game, won't do it. I doubt they. It'd be awesome
Sure.
though. Like that would be so
I'd
sick.
love
Like
it.
imagine Tampa Bay signs Kyle Schwarber, Kyle Tucker, trades for Scooble, and like just I don't know. That like I
I have a
understand what you're
feeling
saying.
I feel a feeling we're gonna disagree about Tampa Bay, but we'll see when we get there. But progressive field.
Cool atmosphere. It's
Same argument about to say same argument I want to make for Citizens Bank, just not nearly as cool of its own. You know, the standing area right behind the outfield fence is awesome. The fans are awesome.
and the high walls are
It's like the
cool.
stadium's just like, yeah, they are. I feel like the stadium itself is just lacking, bro. Like
It's C
it's
or
just
D
not a
for
great
me. It's either
stadium.
very top of D or mid C. Like I could see it
I'm
being
yeah, I'm cool. Very top of D. Pause.
um we have a stadium, one of the two most recent stadiums played in. The Rogers Center.
Yeah, the most
Another
recent stadium played in.
oh yeah. Um
Huh.
Another hybrid open closed roof stadium. Forgot the wording. It's getting a little late here. Um
I think front of A. I love the stadium.
I agree.
I don't
Very
think it belongs on the same as the two stadiums, but like seeing the CN Tower, the hotel room in center field, the atmosphere in the playoffs, like
the
it's an
horn.
awesome
Just
stadium. It really is.
hearing the hockey horn in a baseball stadium, you know it's in Toronto.
Yeah, so
Um
sick.
T-Mobile Park, Seattle Mariners.
Cool, very cool. I like the pink light up sign in the background. I don't dig stadiums that make it harder that are very hard to hit home runs at. Nobody wants that.
C.
But C, comfortable C.
I think it is in front of Dodger Stadium or right behind it. Like somewhere in that ballpark.
I'm cool. I'm cool in between. I'm cool in between Dodgers and Nationals.
Got it.
That might be an unpopular take by us, but
Um then we get Target Field, Minnesota Twins.
I think same thing. C. Maybe
I
even D. I think this is actually probably D.
No, I
I
think
hate this field.
the statues in
This
center
feels
field.
so boring.
I think the statues in center field, are they still there? The
I know we tore down a bunch of them a couple years ago.
No, it's the well, they're nothing too bad. It's Minnesota
I'm
and
just
St.
yeah, it's just
Paul.
a statues joke.
Yeah. Um, I don't know. To me, I could see that being bottom to C more than D.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Right in front of Dodger Stadium.
All right, Bo, you tell me what you think about Tropicana Field, and I'll tell you what I think.
I have a very unpopular opinion. I fucking love Tropicana Field.
I don't think it's the worst place to watch a
Adore.
baseball
I
game.
adore Tropicana Field. The fans aren't very invested in the game at the stadium, but just for some reason, I used to play a lot of MLB 2K7, maybe, or I was a very
Yes,
young
with
kid
David
playing
Price on
it.
the cover, right?
2K9. Okay, then it was different. Maybe it was 2K11 or something. Evan Longoria was on the cover of it. That's what I need to say. So I just naturally picked it up, and it was like Meiji plays the Rays or whatever. I don't know what it was. I fell in love with that ballpark and the white jerseys and Longo and Carlos Pena and all those guys. Like I
Yeah.
always, for some reason, that stadium has been nostalgic for me, and and the vibe of that stadium was so sick. I wish I don't know. I miss the Rays being good. I like when the Rays are good. Just the stadium was a lot of fun.
Yeah. I honestly I don't
I
think it's
think
the
it's
worst stadium I've ever watched a game in. The traffic I had to endure to get to and from the stadium was very not fun.
yeah, I get that. I think it's a B tier
It's
stadium.
also not in Tampa. Like it's in St. Petersburg.
It's definitely not. It's in St. Pete. Yeah, it's not in Tampa. But Miami, I mean, most of these stadiums aren't because they buy the land where the land's the cheapest. That's why Miami's isn't in Miami, and that's why it's in the middle of the hook. 'Cause the land was so cheap.
Yeah. Where'd you say you wanted it?
But I think it's a B.
I could see that. I see it being like I think there's
In
something to be
between
said.
Kaufman and Globe Life.
Well, we had American Family in between those two, I thought, huh?
Oh, I thought I still have American Family front of B.
Oh, I
So
had
Kaufman
Kaufman.
front of B, American second, and then Tropicana and then
I'm
Globe
fine with
Life.
that. Yes, that's perfect.
I love it. That's actually way better. No, I love that.
Um,
Love that.
yeah, I think there's something to be said about its originality. It's like the only fully enclosed stadium in the league. It'll be the first time. Like, even though I'm not the biggest fan of it, like there will be something cool about like, all right, we're back in the Trop again. Like, Red Sox don't have the greatest memories, but that's under the old roof. Like, what about the new one? Let's make some new ones with Roman
Yeah.
Anthony. Roman Anthony's never hit a
Yeah.
home run there. Let's change that. Might make this stadium a lot higher in the list by the end of the season if we end up coming back to it. Um,
That'd be dope.
Next we got Truist Park in the Braves. I think the Battery, like that whole kind of mentality and like them creating kind of like an atmosphere around the stadium. Like other teams have done it, like we said with the Orioles and stuff like that, but them really going hard and like during the construction of the stadium, building like an entire layer of support around it that like could keep going when there aren't games. Like, and now you have this really cool kind of entertainment district in Atlanta that a lot of teams are starting to model their areas after whenever they're building something new.
Yeah. So I went to Turner the year it shut down, and I've been Truist. It is an awesome park, I will say. I love the right field like
Isn't there a
area, like
Waffle House in the
the shop
stadium?
behind it. No, it's not what that's the stadium, I don't think. Not that I saw. But I will say right behind the stadium, there's a bar that's owned by so Coors Light owns the bar, and they made it sponsored by PBR, Professional Bull Riding. So the whole bar, I'm a big Coors guy. The whole bar only serves Coors beers, and there's mechanical bulls everywhere. And there's like the waitresses are walking around with beers and jean shorts. It's the coolest place
They're
in
a
the world if you
chain.
can't tell.
There's other of them that
It's
exist.
PBR Raw.
Yeah. There's one
So
in Hampton
it's
Roads.
so sick. Yeah, the whole downtown area after like right outside the stadium is sick. This is a great stadium. It's just too new to be S. I think you have to earn your way into being S tier.
Yes, I think it's an A tier. I think it's kind of I could see it being in between Great American and Citizens Bank.
I mean,
Maybe
I'm cool with
higher.
either side of Citizens Bank. I'm cool with either side of Citizens
I
Bank.
definitely think it's in front. I would rather go watch a game here than in Philly.
That's crazy.
Here's the thing, I can go
But
watch
I'm cool
my
with it.
favorite team play in Philly or in Atlanta. I can't do that in Philly.
Okay, sure. All right. U.S. Cellular.
Mm.
Awful stadium.
That's
Horrible stadium.
back at D. We can go ahead and put it there.
Yeah,
It is
100%. I don't
behind the
even think
stadium that
anything
is
really needs to
currently
be
not
said.
being used by a professional team. Wrigley
That
Field.
is,
I think it
yeah,
sits
it's where at an S do you put it?
between Oracle and Camden. I think Oracle,
It's perfect. It's
for me
perfect.
personally, is cooler. I love the historical significance of Wrigley and think it's really cool. Like, as a Red Sox fan, like, I understand it. As a fan of neither team, I think Oracle Park's cooler.
With that.
Um, and then we have the home of the Little League World Series.
Imagine only needing to hit the ball 314 feet to hit it out of right field. It's crazy. What a terrible stadium. This stadium sucks.
It's like the only thing that can be kind of fun is like if your team's batting and they happen to touch a baseball with their bat, you're like, man, there's a 50-50. It's going to go out of this place. And,
Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, like other than that,
The
like,
best part the best part of this stadium is watching the fans funnel out of it when you're beating them bad enough. That is the only redeeming quality of the stadium.
that or like
Everything else sucks.
watching your favorite player hit it into their Hall of Fame. Um,
Yes.
Also, if you're going to spend billions of dollars on a new stadium, why not just renovate the old one? Like, why build an exact copy right next to it and not just like
The old one was cooler. The old one was way cooler. Like
neither one of them were cool?
you, you couldn't hate the old one as much. Like it was at least a little bit. It was like fuck it is a little like it's not bad. This
Yeah,
one just sucks all the way around.
the new one is trying too hard to look like the old one because he saw like it's the guy that like he sees somebody dressed some way, but he doesn't know where he got
This is
anything, so he just goes and throws money at it to make himself look similar. And like
this
it
stadium
never
is
looks as good.
Kanye West's wife right after him and Kim split up.
Yeah.
If you remember what she looked like, she was a clone worse version of Kim.
Yes. But with that, is
But
there so
that wraps things
let's
up.
do a rapid fire of like order, tiers, final thoughts, end of episode because this was probably going to be a long one.
It's 3 hours. So let's just wrap this up. I'm
Yeah.
so tired.
Fenway Park, Oracle Park, Wrigley Field, Camden Yards, PNC, Petco, Coors, Busch is S tier. I'm fine with that. Like
Yes, and yeah, I
having
love
a
it. It's perfect. I honestly think it's all perfect.
yes. Honestly, yeah, I forget you're looking at the list too. Like
Yeah,
I honestly think like we kind of just agreed too much on this one. Like people are gonna love how me and you just sat there and agreed with everything the other person said for the most part. But like I don't know. We're Red Sox fans. We're gonna think our stadium's the best. But like
it is the best. Eat shit if you don't think so.
exactly. 1911. All I gotta say.
Hope so.
Like every player you've ever thought of play baseball has probably played there. Minus maybe Holness. Like
Yeah, he probably has it.
there's something cool about going watch Roman Anthony play and know that he stood in the same batter's box as David Ortiz and stood in the same batter's box as Ted Williams and Babe Ruth and Mickey Mantle. And like no matter what team they played for, they came to Fenway, they stepped in that batter's box and they played like the same game that we're playing now, they played so many years ago in the same place. Um just very humbling baseball experience both as a fan of baseball and as a fan of the Red Sox.
Yeah, I agree. All right, well, that about does it.
Yep. Happy to have Lane
So,
Kiffin here, ready to start seeing him act like Lane Kiffin as a member of the as our team. Like, there's a part of me like we've talked about before where it's like you've kind of cheered on Lane doing the stuff that Lane does from the sidelines, but you couldn't do it because it's against a team you like. But like now that he's doing it for your team, you're just like, hell yeah, Lane, be Lane. Me and Bo called it. If
exactly.
either within the next week or whenever he wins his first national championship at LSU, there will be like a pop up for all the Raising Canes in Baton Rouge to become Raising Lanes, and you'll get to go and get your cool cup.
Olro's already selling shirts that say Tiger Lane on them. So that's a Tiger Land. So I will be ordering one of those. That is sick.
That is an insane shirt. That is way better than either of the
That's
Barstool shirts. I liked the
badass.
STT. They did the uh, neck chant, but instead of having the B word at the end, they put ho. That was pretty good. Um,
That is sick.
but yeah, with that, I mean, this is for fans of teams that suck. This was a fairly positive episode.
Yes.
Well, thank you guys for sticking
Yeah.
around. Sorry for not having a Thanksgiving episode. Might have something special cooked up in the next few episodes for that, but you'll have to tune into the next
Yep.
one to find out. Thanks for tagging along.
Yep. See ya.